Are you awkward trying to figure out what the world to talk about when you're around people? I've got a Qism for you. Listen up. You know those once in a lifetime opportunities that you just can't pass up? Well, yesterday we met with producer Mark Joseph and actor Dennis Quaid, and that was an opportunity we couldn't pass up. It was definitely a bittersweet opportunity. Such great guys. Their staff was incredible. Quentin had been working really hard behind the scenes to make a lot of things happen. Talking to Mark and one of his guys, David, just kind of getting the ball rolling on a couple of different things that I can't be rolled out about quite yet. But that was an opportunity when they reached out and said, hey, Mark and Dennis Quaid want to meet with you and your children and just chat. I was like, what? Okay. And so we did, and it was a wonderful time. Such great, genuine people. So I want to honor Quentin today in my coffee chat because I think so many people get in a situation where they just don't know what to say in conversation. Now, our conversation yesterday was very fluid, very authentic, very genuine. These men were literally breathing life into my children and encouragement through our situation, and I am so incredibly grateful. Totally a God thing. But if you're ever in a situation where you don't know what to say, I have a Qism for you this morning. And the Qism is, if you haven't been following me long, what's a Qism? It's nuggets of wisdom that Q used to drop into our children at the dinner time table. You see, Dennis Quaid and Mark Joseph were very supportive in my notion of reclaiming the table. And it's an old presidential quote from a farewell speech to the nation in 1989 that said, all great change happens at the dinner table. Now let's hear it from the president himself.
Well, all great changes happen at the dinner table.
So there's your bit of trivia this morning. They are supporting my mission about reclaiming the table, getting back to the intentionality of having those family dinners, getting around that table, instilling values, having those conversations. We talked all about that. So a Qism that I have for you today, because Quentin was so good at dropping all those little nuggets of truth and creating that open dialogue with my children. And he gave them room and opportunity to disagree with their dad. And he was okay with that as long as they backed it up. He was very much pushed on them to back up what they believed. Not to just be a robot and believe and follow blindly, but to back up what they believed. And that was something that Quentin was truly amazing at. But the Qism that I have for you today, if you're ever in a situation where you don't know what to talk about, the Qism is this: Ford. Think of the acronym Ford. Now, he got this, I think, from a leadership camp, like my daughter goes to, for Stuco or MASC or RILA. I'm sure he got that nugget and kept it and used it all the time, but it's Ford. So you may already know this, but it's a great tool to use. Ford: family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Ask them about themselves. People will like you. Conversations will flow well if you talk about the other person. Ask them about them, value them. And how do you do that? How do you come up with those questions? Ford. F, hey, your family. What's your family dynamic like? Do you have any siblings? Are you the youngest of your siblings? Those kinds of questions. O, occupation. Hey, what is it that you do for a living? Do every day? Do you get up and you go to a job? Do you work from home? Occupation. R, recreation would be, you taking a family vacation this summer? Are you headed to the lake this summer? Are you doing fun things this summer? And then D would be dreams. Ask them about what their goals and their dreams and their ambitions are. I think that's a great one. I always love talking about what people's goals or ambitions or dreams are, because we should always be dreaming. I know that was a little bit of a rub at the beginning of the year when I asked people what their New Year's resolutions were. And I think I needed to change the word resolution to just, what are you dreaming about this coming year? So hopefully you have a dream that is in your heart. I know God plants dreams in our heart that you're pursuing. So Ford, remember that Qism Ford. It's so incredibly helpful. But friend, if you have an opportunity that pops up in your life, don't say no, because you can think of all the things and reasons why not. Opportunities don't present themselves like that, like I have, but maybe once in a lifetime. So take that opportunity and say yes and lean into the uncomfortable sometimes. And hopefully that little Qism will give you a little bit of insight at how to create conversation if the time is needed.